Hi, welcome to the Knits Up podcast. I'm Mindy, otherwise known as Knitter CNY, and you can find all the places that we're on social media by checking out the podcast group that's over on Ravelry. I hope you'll join over there and post any pictures or discussions, any questions you've got. I've been doing this for quite a number of years. I did audio first, and then I started video podcasting a few years ago. So this week I don't have any finished objects, unless you count something from a really long time ago, and that's more of I'm pulling it out to show you what I might do with some yarn kind of object. But I've worked on a couple things this week. One thing that I have worked on is the Lion brand Curvy Girl cabled cardigan. If you'll remember, the back was done, and then I was working on the left front. So the left front is now all done, and these are the cables that are in there. It's sort of an open V-neck sweater, and this long piece that kind of extends up. Actually, once this is the shoulder seam, it'll kind of flip around back and get attached to the collar, so that cable detail will continue. I'm making mine a little shorter than Lion brand has. And then I've also started on the right front. The right front is this far along. I'm on US size 7s, which I don't know what the millimeters are on that. I should know that, but I don't. But I'm using, I think I'm using a velocity needle now, which works pretty well. It's Susan Bates' answer to Addy Turbos, and they retail around this area at Joann Fabrics. And I usually use a coupon to get stuff. And the yarn I'm using is Heartland Tweed, pardon the dust, from Lion brand, and this is the Royal Isle Tweed colorway. And after that, I've got 2 sleeves to go, and then I just have to seam it together, and that should go pretty well. Pardon me while I toss this on the floor. The other thing I've been working on is a blanket. This I pulled out of hibernation. Basically, it's been hibernating for quite a while. And I attached a new skein this morning, so this is part of a skein. The yarn I'm using is another Lion brand yarn. This is Tweed Stripes in the Lakeside colorway. So it's 100% acrylic, but I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of barber pulled. It might show up better in a different piece. It's kind of barber pulled. And it kind of changes color throughout. You can kind of see that here. But it worked really well as a blanket. I'm just doing, I crocheted so many, I couldn't even tell you what that is now. And then just did half double crochet across. When I get to the beginning of a row, I chain 2 before I start the half double crochets across. You can kind of see it's getting this really nice striped texture. And I'm using a size K 6.5 millimeter hook. These are some Crochet Dude hooks that I had from sale at Tuesday morning. This is like really calming, repetitive, and because it's so thick and chunky, it's a size 5 yarn, I think, which would be a chunky. Sorry, it's a size 5, which is considered a bulky. and it's 100% acrylic, so the person can throw it in the washer and the dryer. I kept thinking I was making this for one cousin. I think she may still get it, but the other cousin, I just realized the other day that I have a cousin whose daughter is going to be graduating from high school, and it's been my habit the last few years to make blankets or Afghans for the kids to take to college with them. And she's going up north, almost near Canada, and it's very cold up there in the winter. And I was thinking a blanket might be a nice thing for her to have. I do have a bunch of Bernat blanket that I can make something with, but seeing as how this is almost all done, I've got this partial skein and then I got 3 more skeins. I'm almost to the point where I could be done now and just call it done, but I'll probably do an edging or something along it. We'll see how that goes. And that's all living in a big little Lion Brand bag. So we're kind of keeping it all in a theme. That's a big canvas bag that they sell. I don't know whether they still sell it or not, but it's a really good bag. It kind of keeps its shape. The other thing I started working on again was a dishcloth. This is a scrubby dishcloth out of Red Heart. I think it's Red Heart Scrubby Cotton. This is 100% cotton, but it's kind of, the texture is a bit weird. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of like funky. So it kind of exfoliates a little bit, and I'm using Red Heart starter needles in size 9, which are 5.5 millimeters, because these short needles are really nice. I'm using the Grandma's Best dishcloth pattern. That's basically, you do increases on the way up, you crochet or you knit to a certain number, and then you start doing decreases, and all of the increases and decreases are done with a yarn over at the border, so it kind of looks good. Looks like I dropped a stitch there too, so we'll have to fix that later. But whatever. I got some acquisitions too. The other day at Joann's, they were having a sale, and all of their yarn was 40% off. And then they had bagged yarn. I think the bag yarn was like $4.99 a pound. And I already had 3 skeins of this, which is Premier Yarns Deborah Norville Serenity Chunky. And it's 100% acrylic. It's a bulky weight, a number 5 again. Really nice, really pretty. But I had 3 skeins of it, and 3 skeins isn't going to make too much. But in the Fashion Plus Exciting Ends bag, they had this. Same color. I got 2 bags of the same color, which matches back to the 3 balls that I already have. Pardon all the shuffling and stuff. That'll work for that. So I got a good plan there. We'll go over the old finished object. This is from a long, long time ago. This is out of sock yarn from Michael's from a long, long time ago, when they had they called it a luxury sock yarn, and it was, I think it was wool, nylon, and cashmere, maybe something like that, or maybe just wool and nylon, but it has a lot of softness with it. And this colorway, I had just done a really simple shawl. It's it's kind of a shallow triangle, and then I just done a really simple lace border on it. It's green and blues, but I might be using the same type of thing to do something else that I picked up at Joann's. And pardon the bump in the middle, there's not a belly button with it. It's because I tried to unwind it and make something with it, which is this. I'll show you this side. It's a wrap rainbow by Red Heart. It's a new yarn that they've come out with. This pattern on the front, I think is, I can't remember what the name of it is, but the pattern's inside, and it's also on Joann's website. This is 55% acrylic and 45% cotton, and it's 623 yards. Before you get all excited, it's fine weight, which is the weight of sock yarn, basically. So what this is, how it gets that interesting effect. See how it kind of gradually changes out like a gradient. I'm going to pull this particular pieces out. This is going to be more difficult to see. Let's try a darker piece. Okay, we're going to try it with this. So if you can see there, probably not that clearly, there are little strings, and there are 4 of them. One of them is a dark purple, and the other 2 are light purple. And these are not plied together. These are not twisted together like this to make one pretty solid piece. These are all loose. I knew that when I bought it, but it was more of, oh, that's so pretty. It kind of looks like Lion Brand Mandala, or it looks like Bernat Pop. It's a gradient. Oh, it's so pretty. And then I tried to crochet with it. Well, I tried to crochet. I began the virus shawl that everybody's doing. Virus shawl is very popular. I was using a size F hook. I had found somebody that had done it on Ravelry with this type of yarn, and it was like excruciating after a while, and I thought, I haven't gotten that far on it. I'm going to rip it out now and save myself the trouble. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with that, because every time I try and crochet it, I'm using either something too loose and it's sloppy. And if you look at the crochet hook that's recommended, they recommend a size C. And so I decided, I do have some crochet hooks, but they're besides the ergonomic ones, I don't have the ergonomic ones in smaller sizes, and I have the old Susan Bates ones and boy ones, and I was like, oh, no. So I went on Amazon and found this set, which is from Athena's Elements, and it was, I believe I paid $12 for it, and it comes sizes B through L, and they're ergonomic hooks. Their service was really good. I have Prime, so I got two-day shipping. I got this from that person. The little blurb on the back says they're a family-owned business founded in 2015, and it's a small business owned by a military spouse, basically. So, and what they do is you can register your product online with them for a 1-year warranty, which is interesting to me because that's good. I'm going to pull out a hook here. This is a size G hook. You have to be careful with what you're looking at, because there will be some sets on Amazon that do not have okay, so this is the back of the package. So this would be the L, that would be the B, but they all have different colored handles. I want to pull out one where you can clearly see. It's hard with the camera to kind of see stuff. Let's pull out an H hook. Okay, so this is an H hook. I'm going to get really close here. Okay, so you can see it's an H8 hook 5.0 millimeters. That's stamped into the handle. And you have to be careful with what you're ordering, because sometimes you can order things that only have the millimeters on them and don't have the American sizing system on them. This one specifically had it. I've crocheted a little bit with these. It feels comfortable in my hand. This is what the head of the crochet hook looks like. They all have the same kind of metal. They're not different colored metals or anything like that. I found no burrs or anything that was going to prevent my stitches from sliding on them really easily. They do come in this plastic case, so you can just use this. It just flips open and put them back in. It's really easy to see which ones are missing. It looks like it's good quality for like 12 bucks. I can't beat it. I'll let you know more as I crochet, because I may use that for some of the other blankets I'm working on. But other than that, that's what I've been working on this week. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll probably edit this down a little bit, and then we'll upload it and see how it goes. Thanks, guys. Bye.